Have you ever met someone and suddenly you can't stop thinking about them? You replay your conversations, you check your phone again and again. Even when you're doing something else, your mind keeps going back to them. It feels magical. But here's the truth, it's not just your heart falling for them, it's your brain. Let's explore the real science behind love and why it takes over your thoughts completely. The chemistry of love. When you fall in love, your brain doesn't stay the same. It goes through big changes, like it's switching into a new mode. The first change is a release of something called dopamine. Dopamine is your brain's feel-good chemical. When you talk to someone you like, or even just think about them, your brain gives you a little shot of dopamine. That feeling of happiness, energy, and excitement, that's dopamine in action. Your brain says, that felt good. Let's do that again. Now enter norepinephrine. This is a stress hormone, similar to adrenaline. It kicks in when you're excited or nervous. Ever felt your heart race when your crush walks in? That's norepinephrine. It makes you feel butterflies in your stomach. You sweat. You feel nervous, but in a good way. That rush, that's your brain reacting to what it sees as something very important. Here's the strange part. While dopamine goes up, your serotonin levels go down. This drop in serotonin is important because serotonin helps keep your mood and thoughts balanced. When it goes down, your brain starts to focus more on just one person. That's why you keep thinking about them. That's why it feels hard to focus on anything else. It's like your mind is stuck on repeat, and that's totally normal when you're in love. Then comes oxytocin, often called the love hormone or cuddle hormone. Your brain releases oxytocin when you touch someone, hug them, or even just spend quality time together. The more oxytocin your brain produces, the more connected you feel. That feeling of, we belong together, that's oxytocin working behind the scenes. There's also vasopressin, another hormone that strengthens your feelings of attachment. It makes you want to stick with that person long term. So love isn't just one emotion. It's a whole chemical mix happening inside your brain. It's like a recipe, a dash of dopamine for happiness, a splash of norepinephrine for energy, a dip in serotonin to keep your focus on them, a boost of oxytocin and vasopressin to build trust and bonding. All of these chemicals together create the intense experience we call falling in love. And this is just the beginning. Why you can't stop thinking about them. You're lying in bed, trying to sleep, but your mind is somewhere else. You keep thinking about their smile, their laugh, the way they looked at you. You replay the same moments again and again. Why can't you stop? This isn't just a romantic feeling, it's a brain reaction. As we mentioned before, when you fall in love, your serotonin levels drop. That's important because serotonin helps keep your thoughts balanced. When levels drop, your brain becomes hyper-focused on one person. This is why people in love often feel obsessed. They think about their partner constantly, even when they don't want to. They daydream. They check their phones all the time. They keep looking at old texts or pictures. In fact, scientists have found that people in love have similar brain activity to people with obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD. That doesn't mean love is a disorder, but it shows just how powerful this mental focus can be. There's also another part of the brain involved, the ventral tegmental area, or VTA. This is your brain's reward center. Every time you think about or interact with someone you love, this area lights up. It releases dopamine and makes you feel good. So your brain is rewarding you for thinking about them. It says, good job, here's a feel-good boost. This cycle repeats again and again. You think about them, you feel pleasure. You want more of that feeling. So you think about them even more. It becomes a loop. And the more time you spend with them, the stronger the loop becomes. There's also something called emotional tagging. Your brain starts attaching emotions to memories. If something good happens when you're with your partner, your brain connects that joy to them. Later, even just seeing their name or hearing their voice brings back that good feeling. Your brain is basically training itself. This person equals happiness. This intense thinking doesn't last forever. Over time, your serotonin levels go back to normal. Your obsession calms down. But in the beginning, your brain is fully in love mode. And that's why you can't stop thinking about them. The 3 phases of love in the brain. Love doesn't just happen all at once. It goes through 3 phases, and your brain reacts differently in each one. Let's break them down so you can understand exactly what's happening to you when love grows. Phase 1. Lust, the beginning spark. This is where it all begins. You feel drawn to someone. You find them attractive, interesting, exciting. Your brain doesn't know them deeply yet, but something about them makes you pay attention. In this phase, your body releases sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen. These hormones increase your desire to connect, flirt, and get close to someone physically. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, this person might be a good match. You start noticing little things, how they look, how they talk, how they smell. You feel curious, even a little nervous. Your heart beats faster around them. You might blush or stumble over your words. This is lust, the phase that pulls you closer and makes you want to know more. But it doesn't stop there. Phase 2, attraction, the love rush. This is the stage most people think of when they talk about falling in love. Here, your brain is flooded with dopamine, norepinephrine, and low levels of serotonin, just like we talked about earlier. You feel energized, almost addicted to the other person. You think about them all the time. You get excited just seeing their name pop up on your phone. Your dopamine levels are sky high, which means you feel pleasure just from being around them. This is why love in this phase can feel like a high. You don't want to sleep. You don't feel tired. You want to spend all your time with this person. Norepinephrine also kicks in, giving you that racing heart, sweaty hands, and nervous excitement. You might feel like you're falling, and that's exactly what's happening in your brain. In fact, scientists say this stage is very similar to being on certain types of stimulants. It's intense, it's passionate, it's almost overwhelming, but it's not forever. As time goes on, your brain starts to settle down, and that's when the next phase begins. Phase 3, attachment, building the bond. Once the rush of attraction starts to calm, your brain begins to build a deeper, stronger connection. This is where oxytocin and vasopressin take over. These chemicals are all about trust, closeness, and commitment. Oxytocin is released when you spend time together, hug, hold hands, or share personal thoughts. It's sometimes called the cuddle hormone, but it's really a bonding hormone. Vasopressin helps you feel loyal and protective. It strengthens your desire to stay with one person and build a life together. In this phase, the butterflies might not be as wild, but something even more powerful is growing. You feel safe with them. You feel like you can be yourself. You feel like they're part of your life, not just your dreams. This is attachment. It's what turns love into a lasting relationship. It's also why some couples stay deeply connected for decades. Their brains have built strong love pathways through years of oxytocin, shared memories, and emotional trust. Let's recap the 3 phases. 1. Lust, the spark. Hormones drive physical attraction. 2. Attraction, the obsession. Brain chemicals flood you with emotion. 3. Attachment, the bond. Deeper connection grows through trust and time. Each phase serves a purpose. They guide you from first glance to deep love. Not everyone makes it through all 3 stages, but when you do, that's when love becomes something truly powerful. Why we fall for specific people. Have you ever wondered why you fall for one person and not another? Out of billions of people in the world, why them? Why does one smile pull your heart in while another doesn't affect you at all? It might seem like chance or fate, but there's actually a science behind it. Your brain is doing the choosing, quietly in the background, based on a mix of biology, psychology, and personal history. Let's break it down. 1. Biology, the hidden signals. One big reason you're drawn to certain people has to do with something you can't see, genes. Inside your body, you have something called the major histocompatibility complex, or MHC. It's part of your immune system. And guess what? Studies show that people are often attracted to others who have different MHC genes than their own. Why? Because it creates stronger, healthier children. Believe it or not, your brain can detect these genetic differences through smell without you even realizing it. That's right. A person's natural body scent can trigger feelings of attraction or rejection. So sometimes your body says, yes, this person is right for me, before your mind even understands why. 2. Brain matching, the way they think. We're also drawn to people whose minds match ours, or complement ours. Some people are attracted to those who think like them. They share the same beliefs, values, and goals. This brings comfort, ease, and understanding. Others are drawn to people who balance them out, the quiet person who falls for someone outgoing, the dreamer who's drawn to a realist. Your brain notices the way another person communicates, reacts, and makes decisions. If it fits what you're missing or needing, you feel that spark. So love is not always about similarity. Sometimes it's about balance. 3. Childhood patterns, the imprint of the past. This is one of the deepest and most powerful forces of all. The people you loved or longed for in childhood often shape who you're attracted to later. It doesn't mean you fall in love with someone exactly like your parents or caregivers, but your brain stores emotional patterns. It remembers how love felt early in life: warm, distant, chaotic, exciting, confusing, or safe. Then, when you grow up, your brain looks for people who trigger those same emotional patterns, even if it's not logical. For example, if you grew up craving attention from a parent who was emotionally distant, you might find yourself attracted to people who give you that same feeling, like you have to work for their love. If you had stable, loving caregivers, you might feel most drawn to people who make you feel safe and accepted. We often try to complete the story we started in childhood by choosing partners who mirror that early experience. It's not always healthy, but it's deeply human. And the good news? Becoming aware of this can help you break patterns and make better choices in love. 4. Shared experiences and timing. Sometimes the reason you fall for someone is simple. You met at the right moment. Maybe you were both going through something. Maybe they made you laugh when you were sad. Maybe they saw you, really saw you, when you felt invisible. Shared experiences, timing, and emotional connection build fast bonds. Your brain is wired to value emotional safety, support, and shared meaning. When you go through something important with someone, even a simple conversation, your brain attaches a positive emotional tag to that person, and suddenly they feel special. 5. The mystery factor, that unexplainable pull. Of course, science can explain a lot, but there's always something mysterious about love. A pull you can't explain, a feeling you can't fully put into words. Sometimes love is about chemistry, sometimes it's about timing, and sometimes it's just a connection you feel in your bones. Your brain is doing calculations, sure, but your soul might be doing something too, and that's what makes love so beautiful and so human. Is love just chemicals or something more? After learning all this science, dopamine, oxytocin, brain circuits, you might be wondering, is love just a bunch of chemicals in the brain? If it's all hormones and neurons, if it's all reactions and patterns, then is love even real? The answer is both yes and no. Let's talk about it. Yes, love is chemical. There's no doubt. Love triggers major chemical reactions in the brain. We've seen how. Dopamine gives you pleasure and reward. Norepinephrine brings energy and excitement. Serotonin drops to make you focus on just one person. Oxytocin and vasopressin build trust and bonding. Love lights up the same brain pathways as drugs, addiction, even obsessions. It changes how you think, how you act, and even how your body functions. When you fall in love, your pupils dilate, your heart beats faster, your pain tolerance goes up, and your stress goes down. In the lab, we can measure these things. We can scan the brain and say, look, this person is in love. So yes, love absolutely involves chemicals. But is that all it is? No. Love is something more. Here's the truth science can't fully explain. Why do some people stay in love for 50 years, even through pain and loss? Why do people sacrifice everything for someone they care about? Why does love survive long distance, illness, or even death? The chemicals may start the process, but something else keeps it going. That something is choice. It's waking up each day and choosing to love someone, even when it's not exciting or easy. Even when the dopamine fades and life gets hard. Love becomes more than biology when it becomes a decision. You choose to forgive. You choose to stay. You choose to hold hands in the silence. You choose to grow together. Chemicals bring people together, but shared moments, commitment, honesty, and trust, those are what build real love. The soul side of love. Some things can't be scanned in a brain machine, like the look someone gives you that makes you feel seen, like the feeling of home when you hug the right person, like the pain in your chest when love is lost, and how you carry it for years. These are not just science. These are human. Love is art. Love is story. Love is sacrifice. Love is memory. Love is mystery. So yes, science gives us the map, but it's your heart that walks the road. So what does this mean for you? Understanding how love works in the brain can help you. Be kinder to yourself when you're obsessed. It's normal. Recognize unhealthy patterns and grow from them. Know that the butterflies don't mean it's true love, but they're a beautiful beginning. Realize that long-term love isn't about constant feelings. It's about building something meaningful, day by day. You are not just a brain with chemicals. You are a soul with choices. And when you choose love, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard, you go beyond biology. You build something timeless. So the next time you fall for someone, remember it's not just your heart. It's not just your brain. It's all of you. Body, mind, and soul, experiencing something deeper than science can fully explain. Love is chemistry, yes, but it's also poetry. It's decision, it's life, and that's why it's so powerful. But let me leave you with this question. Do you believe real love happens once in a lifetime? Or can we truly love more than one person deeply in this life? Drop your answer in the comments. I really want to hear what you think. And if this video opened your eyes, touched your heart, or made you think differently about love, give it a like to show some love back. Share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And don't forget to subscribe, because we've got more mind-blowing videos like this coming your way. Until then, take care of your heart and your mind.